Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Bree.
We're the PR team
behind the Theatre Downstream.
For our 6th season, we wanted to get to know the people behind the characters. We wanted to get real. Today, in honor of Valentine's Day, we continue our Little Women interviews with a special video interview. Bree spoke with Peyton Weihe, who plays Meg, Abbie Shaw, who plays Jo, and Lizzie Sorrell, who plays Beth. Also, this production is a little different in that it was written with the encouragement to cast 2 actresses as Amy, an adult version for Act 2 and a child version for Act 1. For us, Chloe Stivers portrays Amy as an adult, and Cadence Combs is the younger version of the character. Due to the group interview setting and time constraints, we allowed the girls to choose the questions they wanted to answer earlier that day. Their answers, and body language during the interview, showed just how quickly these 5 actresses have become not only best friends, but true sisters.
What is your name and what is your role in Little Women?
Hi, I'm Peyton Weihe, and I play Meg March in Little Women.
I'm Abbie Shaw, and I'm playing Jo March in Little Women.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Sorrell, and I'm playing Beth March in Little Women.
I'm Chloe Stivers, and I'll be playing older Amy in Little Women.
And I'm Cadence Combs, and I'll be playing younger Amy.
What do you want to be when you're older?
I am going to college to study history with a pre-law track, so I want to study law and become a lawyer.
Wow, nice.
Elle Woods.
I want to work with kids, whether that be in the theater or be a doctor or whatever. Still thinking about it.
As like any actor, I would love to be in the theater and do something with theater, rather that be behind the scenes, writing, directing. I just love everything about theater, and I think it would be really cool to be a part of that even later.
I agree with the same with Lizzie. I would love to do something with theater. I don't really know exactly what I'm probably going to pursue, but I would love if theater was on the horizon. And I'm also interested in graphic design, so whatever God calls me to do. So.
I want to do kind of what Abbie wants to do. I want to be a pediatric orthopedic surgeon. So that's like a doctor that works with kids' bones and does surgery when they break something.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what she wants
so
to do.
quirky.
Tell me about your family.
Ooh, okay. I have 2 sisters. They're both older than me, and then they're both off at college and starting their lives and work, so it's just me and my parents at home with our 2 dogs right now.
I'm the oldest of my family. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. Got some dogs, some cats. Great.
I'm an only child, so it has been fun. I love being in shows where I have like siblings and everything because because I get like that feel and everything. But yes, I have 2 cats and 1 dog, and they are phenomenal. And my parents love them more than they love me.
Wow.
I have 2 brothers. One's older, he just graduated, and then I have a 13-year-old brother in middle school, and a dog, 2 cats, and a hedgehog. And yeah.
How did I not know that about you?
I have 3 sisters. I'm one of 4 girls. I have an older sister and 2 younger sisters and 2 privileged cats.
What is something that people may not know about you?
I have the messiest room in the world. I'm very detail-oriented and very nitpicky about things and kind of like a freak about organization, but my room is an absolute mess and it drives my parents crazy.
I'm debating on saying this because I've had people in this cast genuinely hate me for this.
What?
True story.
Uh-oh.
I don't like bacon. Leave clothes.
Oh yeah, I remember that argument.
Wow.
That was fun to watch.
Yep.
I genuinely don't know.
You have pretty socks. You have like a sock collection.
Oh, you
That's
do?
not.
I didn't know that.
That's not. Yeah. See.
I do.
Sock collection.
I didn't know that about myself.
Well, it's not.
There we go.
I said people, I didn't specify, so it can't be something you don't know about yourself.
Apparently, I have an interesting sock collection and pretty socks. But I think what a lot of people don't know is I put a lot of thought into what I wear, not like weirdly. I really like fashion. I like wearing what represents my personality. So like if I wear a certain color, it's because I'm in a certain mood, that kind of thing.
It's cool.
What's the mood of today?
The mood of today is I'm stressed and tired, and I like the set, and I tried to match with the brown we did yesterday.
Represent.
Love it.
I'm pretty much an open book, so there's not a whole bunch that people don't know about me. Probably, maybe, I'm very sentimental and nostalgic. Very, very.
Something not a lot of people know about me is I'm a world certified black belt in Taekwondo.
Look at her.
Crazy.
Okay, so this one is for Lizzie and Peyton. What is your acting origin story?
When I was in elementary school, I was lucky to have a teacher who was really into readers theater and thought that would be a good way for us to develop reading skills. And so I really, really liked readers theater, and I tried to find other ways that I could use the same skills. So then I started acting classes and summer camps and eventually got involved in doing shows.
My whole family is very, very artsy, whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. It's very intimidating. For example, my grandma's basement is literally a costume closet. My family used to be a bluegrass band and everything. They're very artsy, and so I grew up with it. My grandpa writes and half my family directs, and my dad's amazing at sound and everything, and instruments and everything. It's just all over. It kind of pushed into it, but in a good way.
Abbie, what is your method for memorizing lines?
Okay. Here's the thing. So for this show, I have a different thing for each show. This show, I highlighted my lines in a rainbow pattern, and it looks really cool.
Tell them about your shower lines.
Okay. So when I'm showering, it's a lot of time, and I don't want to just waste it. So I'll put my script into a Ziploc bag, and I'll just memorize my biggest lines.
You're so weird. I love you.
It's helpful, okay? So that's how I memorize.
Taking my script in the shower now.
Just not even finished.
Chloe and Peyton. Do you suffer from stage nerves, and how do you combat them?
Yes, at every show. I've been doing theater for years now, and every show I still get so nervous. I think I have different methods. I'm a pacer. I'm in the hallway pacing back and forth all the time before every show. Normally I don't get nervous until right before I go on, but I like to pace and think about my lines. And also I just pray, and it helps a lot to relieve that stress. Just pray for guidance and stuff.
Like Chloe, I am also a pacer.
Oh, yes.
But I find that my biggest nervous energy is just the first line of every scene. If I can get through that first line, I'm fine. But I usually pick something to do before every show, and I do that thing before every show, and I'm like, okay, that's all my nervous energy out, and now I'm gonna do a show
Knitting.
yeah, I get to knit on stage, which helps with nervous energy. For one show, it was singing "Take Me Home, Country Roads" before curtain every night, and that helps. And just having something that you do before every show to keep your mind distracted.
Because once you get on, that nerves turns to adrenaline, so you're
Yes.
I'm fine now.
We love adrenaline.
We live for adrenaline.
Lizzie, what do you find most enjoyable about acting, directing, stage directing, whatever?
I love acting because I feel like it's a whole new world. No, I love it because I feel like as soon as you go on stage, you feel really free. I don't know, I feel really awkward all the time. When I'm on stage, I feel like I can be myself. Not that I can't be myself usually, but it's just a relief. And as almost every actor or actress talks about, the magic of theater, the magic you feel on stage and everything. I love that feeling, and I love so much work that goes behind into it. And I love the feeling of accomplishing something after it's finished. It's not something, usually you'd have to do something for a very, very long time, a lifetime goal type of thing. But for a show, it's I did that. That was really cool. And I love the connections and bonds you make with everyone, with my sisters.
Cadence, why do you think that theater is important?
I think that theater is important because, like Lizzie said, it gives you that space to kind of, find different parts of yourself, getting to play a different person, getting to be a annoying, snobby 12-year-old girl. You don't get to do that every day.
Really act? No,
A method actress.
as a method actress, I take it.
So it's just getting to highlight different parts of your personality and show that through theater.
And if you could wave a magic wand and change any one thing about the theater industry, what would you change?
Okay, I would change the stigma around men in theater because I think it's always fun. It's fun having guys playing guys in shows, and there's a lot of like misconceptions about having guys in theater, and that makes you this type of person if you're a guy in theater. And it's like theater used to be solely men, and now it's weird how it's changed so dramatically from having an all-men theater to having mostly a woman-dominant theater. And I just wish more boys would do plays as well.
Come on out.
Chloe, why did you want to be a part of this production?
So the show was announced, and it was Little Women. I've never read the book. I've never seen the movie. I know. It was terrible.
Calm your judgment.
And I was like, well, I might as well audition. I'm little, and I'm a woman, so why not? And then before I auditioned, I started reading the book, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is why it's a classic. It's so wonderful, and it's just the bond between the sisters and the little activities they do, like having a writers club and all these things at that time period. It's just special because I love that time period and all the without technology, without all these other distractions that we're burdened with today. But it's just all the little things and the special. It's just, I don't know how to put it, but the book was just amazing. You just felt that love and those connections. And after reading it, I was like, I have to be in this. I love that. Outfits and everything, it's just wonderful. So.
It was just for the costumes.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. Yes.
Lizzie, what do you feel like is the most intimidating part of bringing a classic to the stage?
Well, lately I've had roles that like you would definitely want to bring justice to. I played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and I really struggled with bringing honor to Judy Garland. And for this show, I've really struggled with bringing honor to Beth because for me personally, Beth is a really strong character and someone I look up to. I love all of her. I love her bravery and I love her strength, and I love that even though she tries to hide that she's sick, but so she doesn't worry her family, in the end she realizes that she is loved, and she doesn't, spoiler alert, she doesn't die thinking that she's not loved or cared for. But specifically intimidating, I find it really hard to do the 6 scenes. It takes something within me, and I just want to like honor that. I want to make it authentic and real.
Cadence, what do you love about your character?
I love the attitude that Amy has and how she just is so proud of herself, and she is so bold about who she is, and she's unapologetic, and she is who she is, and she doesn't care if other people around her like that, and she just is a very strong person, and I like getting to play that.
What is the easiest or hardest part about playing Amy?
The easiest part is the attitude. When I do things with Joe, getting to have the little sister fighting, like acting moments, that's easy because of the chemistry that we've all formed, and I have sisters, so that's pretty easy for me.
Peyton, how do you think that our version of the production is going to be different than others?
I think that I can speak for all of us when I say that the chemistry we have is unlike any other production from day one. We're like, okay, we're sisters now. It's just a thing, and we're going to be sisters. So I think
see the movie.
yeah, I think that really shines through in all of our scenes, how we like genuinely care about each other.
Abbie, why do you think that people should come see Little Women?
I think that people should come see Little Women. Partially, like, for what she was saying and what Cadence was saying earlier, we're all bringing our own thing to Little Women. That's part of the story, is like there are so many different adaptations, and yeah, it's insane. And like, I'm sure every one of us was like, oh gosh, I'm not going to be anything like Kirsten Dunst or whatever her name is. I don't know.
Claire Danes.
Yeah. I sure as heck was like, I'm not going to be like Winona Ryder.
I love her
So like, but when you really get into it and you're like, I know this character and I can put my own bits and pieces into this character, it makes it really interesting, and it's awesome, and the chemistry is just wonderful.
This one is for Cadence and Chloe. What kind of roles do you prefer?
We know Cadence's answer.
Yeah, characters with attitude and a lot of sass, very bold characters like Amy and like Mildred in Faith County.
Oh.
Just funny characters, but like characters that have, it's not like super strict on they are this person, like exactly. like you have some room to really incorporate who you are into the role?
Probably for me, just any character that can show a lot of emotion, to push myself out there and to either be extremely angry or extremely upset, just something that is big with their character and role. So,
Peyton, tell me about a time when you had a really bad day, but you had to perform anyways. How did you get through it?
The most recent occurrence of me just having to push through something, I was in a show this summer where for the first scene I had to be looking like a male. And I have a lot of hair, so like I had to get all this hair up into a hat, and then I had a fake mustache on. It was human hair, and all this Civil War garb on, and it was really, really hot. It was like a minute till curtain, and I got really, really overheated, so I had to throw up in the bathroom with my human hair mustache on. Oh my God. I think that is I think about
Traumatizing.
just like looking at myself in the mirror afterwards with a mustache. And just be like, I have to go on stage now. And I think I like chewed mints the rest of the performance because I got really hot, and that's why I vomited. It ended up being one of the best performances I had of that run in the show, because I was trying so hard to overcompensate.
Lizzie, what new beginning in life are you looking forward to the most?
I'm really looking forward to like pursuing acting more seriously. I think it's always been like I've done it for not a really long time. I'm not a professional. I know that. But I'm really excited to dig deeper into it because I feel like I'm at an age where I see the moral of the story more clearly. Specifically for Little Women, like the drive for each character and everything. That's more important to me now. And I'm excited to carry on my wayward son with that in theater and everything. And Peyton's gonna be mad at me for saying this, but I'm really excited for like, college and everything. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like when I was little, I was always really, really scared to grow up, but now I'm like really excited to see where everything takes me.
What is your best advice for other actors?
My biggest advice is to work as hard as you can, but don't nitpick yourself so much that you can't do a good job. So that's something I've had to learn is just, okay, don't do good that day, just move on. Don't beat yourself up over it the entire time so that you can't go and give the performance you need to. Just work hard, move on.
Don't nitpick yourself. You walked into it. I had to. I couldn't not.
You broke her. My biggest thing, I would say, don't be afraid. And like that would be very general. Like, don't be afraid to audition. Don't be afraid to mess up your line. It happens. Don't be afraid to have chemistry with somebody else. Like, in the end, it all makes it amazing. And if you're afraid and you don't go for it because you're afraid, then you have no idea what it's like. So
I would say you win some and you lose some. I would also say that you don't have to try as hard as you think you do. Someone told me this, I don't even remember who it was, but it was a little while ago. When you're auditioning for something, the directors or whoever's casting you, they see through you. In a sense, they can see when you're trying really hard, and they can see if you have emotion behind this role, if it's something that's important to you. Basically, don't push yourself too hard. Be you. Don't try to be someone else. You aren't trying to do a role for another actor. Like, you aren't trying to you aren't trying to, recreate or like copy another actor's performance. You bring your own flair to your character, like Abbie was saying before.
as I've said in the other podcast I did, don't compare yourself to others, and also just what I've been telling myself more recently is just go have fun, because I'm always I feel pressure. I got to do this right. I don't want to let the audience down. I don't want to let the cast down. Just go have fun, and don't worry about being judged by others. Go be silly in a scene and just do what makes you happy.
I would say two things. You need to take time to learn the character and question some of the lines and some of the motivation for saying some of the things that you say as a character to better understand how you should say it. And don't be afraid to ask questions to your director, and don't think that they're going to be judging you for the things that you ask. And it's always better to have that clarity than be wondering.
What would you tell the 30-year-old version of yourself?
I really hope that you are not in tons of debt from school. Because I know right now you are willing to go in debt for school, but I hope you aren't. I hope you get a grip, girl. But I really hope that you stay present and aren't just constantly looking towards the future. And I also hope that you have a lot of dogs.
I would tell myself to stop your worrying, because I worry over little things, and really there's no need. There's no need, because I believe that if God has his hands on the world, then I don't have to fear about everything. And I just need to let go and go with the moment and take those adult milestones I'm so afraid of right now and just go for it and let go of the stress and worry, because there's no reason to be.
To my 30-year-old self, I would say, I hope you found someone that loves and appreciates you for the right reasons, and know your worth, and like don't settle for someone that doesn't care or give you as much attention as you know you need. And to always remember that you're worth way more than you think.
I hope you're using your past experiences to help you move forward, and that you aren't ashamed of what you've been through, but you're using what you've been through to help and benefit others, whether that be helping someone who's going through the same thing, showing empathy, or that I hope that you're happy and that you aren't focused on being happy, though. You're just
Living.
Yeah, you're living life, and you're not so worried about everything that you miss the moments that really matter.
I feel like mine is like a mixture of everybody's. I would say don't stray from God. He knows what he's doing, and you do sometimes, but just stay on the right track because he knows what he's doing. And like Cadence said, I'd find somebody, whether it's a man or just friends, who really love you and just help you through life and do what makes you happy. Like, I'm the kind of person who I do the hard things before I do the things that make me happy. So keep doing theater.
If you knew that you could do something without fail, what would you choose to do?
I would be a Supreme Court justice.
I don't want the responsibility of like being president or anything. but like I would want like the world's attention for a second, just to be like, guys, let's straighten it up here, please. Listen here. And I would eat all the food, so I wouldn't feel sick.
I would stand for what I believe in more, because I'm really scared to share my opinion, scared what others might think of me, or if I get on someone's bad side or whatever. If I could like start something like more positivity. I know that's like really general and everyone's like, oh, I want world peace. But like,
But world peace.
honestly. But like Abbie was saying, like if I could have 30 seconds, like a message to like the entire world, just we're all struggling, be there for each other. And we're all pushing each other down all the time, and we always talk about how we're struggling, but since we're all struggling, let's struggle together.
Yes, we're gonna rule the world.
Let's go.
Oh, okay, so like a serious note, be a better person, of course, but then on a less serious note, do like an amazing TED Talk. I would love to like do a TED Talk. That'd be so much fun.
I would listen to
What would your
that.
subject be?
People told me I could just go out and do a TED Talk of just ranting about stuff, because I like to rant
Honestly.
about stuff, but or be just something inspirational.
I would try different like styles and like try a bunch of different foods and stuff, and just like travel different places, like live your life. And it would be like support knowing you wouldn't fail, but I guess that's part of trying new things. Wow, my TED
Bring
Talk.
it in the reality.
What is your favorite thing about your sisters?
I feel like we can all tell when someone's having an off day or aren't feeling as good, and I think the ability for us to uplift each other is very nice, and always crack a joke, even though sometimes we crack too many jokes.
Official giggler.
kind of going with what she said, like, we can tell when we're having an off day, like, all the time. But, like, from the get-go, like she was saying earlier, we went out to see the movie, like, a week after we got casted. Like, we hadn't hung out at all, and it was like we had known each other for years. And it was great. So, like, I know, like, saying...
17,000 pictures later.
Honestly.
It was a great experience.
Like, I know saying, like, oh, we have great chemistry is so generic, but we do. It's like we've known each other for years.
I genuinely really, really love all of the people sitting here. I've known Cadence and Chloe before the show, so I think getting to know them a little bit better, not so much as Chloe because we don't have very many scenes together, which is sad, but reconnecting with Cadence has been really fun. You two, don't get me started. No, I really, really love, like they said, the chemistry we have. The second someone walks in the door and they've had a bad day, we go to them like, okay, what's wrong? What happened? Who do we need to beat up?
Yeah.
Just like, I really, really love being around all these people, and they make any day fun. Like, if we can come in, like, in a terrible mood and everything, like, by the end of practice, we're laughing and giggling way too much, and we're dizzy from laughing so much. It's very true.
Yeah. My favorite thing is probably that they all bring something different to the table that just really unites us as a group. Like, Cadence has her spunk and her energy, and just everybody's so sweet.
Spunky.
And then Peyton, she's like, you're always so kind and supportive, and you have such great leadership skills, and Lizzie's always there for people and very supportive of everyone.
You also just pointed out qualities that match their characters.
Whoa! We did take a quiz.
Yeah,
Oh, we took a BuzzFeed quiz.
God, our characters except for her.
Wow.
It's okay, Meg's
together.
really great.
It's okay. Like Chloe said, we all bring something different to the table, and that does make it a really fun cast, but it also makes us all like better actresses, and it really helps us understand our characters better, and just like developing your own actor's toolbox. And like everyone highlights qualities, and you're like, oh, that's really cool. I like how she does that you can implement into like different places.
What do you guys think you've tried?
Knitting.
Hitting people.
All right, girls, anything else you want to say?
Come see Little Women.
Yes.
Oh, be firm.
Special thanks to Peyton Weihe, Abbie Shaw, Lizzie Sorrell, Chloe Stivers, and Cadence Combs. Next time, we'll hear from Joy Willoughby, who plays Aunt March in Little Women. Very special thanks to the sponsors of Little Women: Mary Bryant, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, and the bookstore at the Berry Center. This episode of Getting Real was executive produced, edited, and written by me, Ashley Raymer-Brown.
It was produced and co-written by me, Bree.
Music was provided by Final Cut Pro, and artwork was created by Ashley Raymer-Brown. That's me. And Bree.
That's me.
Getting Real is a separate entity from the Theatre Downstream. The thoughts and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not reflect the thoughts and opinions of the Theatre Downstream or the sponsors of their shows. Thanks for listening.